Welcome back to the Social Media CX podcast. I'm your host, Brooke Sellis, and today we're diving into a key takeaway from my recent conversation with Josh, Director of Digital at Organic Valley. He said something that really stuck with me, which is social media should be about engagement, not disruption. And isn't that the truth? Everything feels like it's a disruption these days, and I feel like this is why social media isn't working the way we really want it to. Too many brands focus on forcing their way into conversations rather than earning the place inside of those conversations, rather than being a brand who's worth talking about. So today we're going to break down how you can shift your mindset and your content and your strategy from interrupting your audience to truly engaging with them. And I promise it's easier than you think. Welcome to the Social Media CX podcast, where social media meets customer experience and where all fires, no rainbows is the current reality for most brands. I'm Brooke Sellis, CEO of B Squared Media, and I'm on a mission to change that. Social media can be the MVP of your CX strategy, and I'm here to show you how. Each week, we'll tackle the challenges of social care head-on with candid interviews, real-world case studies, and actionable advice to turn your social channels into loyalty-building, revenue-driving dopamine machines. Whether you're managing customer complaints, trying to engage meaningfully, or just tired of missing DMs, this podcast is your guide to putting out the fires and building the rainbows. We recently had a client who was struggling with engagement. They were a new brand, they had new social media channels, they had an amazing social media team, and they were posting amazing content, but it was getting crickets in return. When we dug in, we realized that they weren't actively joining any existing conversations. Instead, they were trying to create engagement from scratch every time with a piece of content. A lot of brands do this. They post the content and they're waiting for people to come to them. Okay, but that's a reactive strategy. If you want social media to work for you today, in these times, how these algorithms work, you have to be proactive. Once they started responding to trending topics and proactively interacting with audience-themed conversations, boom, their engagement soared and so did their follower numbers. I'm going to give you a framework to do the same thing that's super simple. It's 3 steps. We're going to call it the 3E method for engagement-driven social media. Number 1, E, explore. Spend time in your social listening tool. If you're not using social listening, that's okay. Use advanced search or manually scan for conversations in your niche. What are people talking about? What questions are they asking? Are they mentioning your brand? If you haven't yet listened to my Care Chat episode with Sarah Scott, jump back and listen to that one because we have a whole conversation about what to do when you find these conversations and what to do if you find these conversations and they're talking negatively about your brands. So go check that out when you get a chance. Number 2 is engage. Jump into these conversations when it makes sense with value-first responses. Answer their questions, share insights, or simply acknowledge a great point that someone made. You've got to be proactive if you want results on social in 2025 and beyond. Number 3, I want you to encourage the people who are engaging in the conversations. So you need to keep the conversation going. We've said this before. It's not a one and done. Ask follow-up questions. Tag others who may contribute without spamming. Please don't do that. I hate when people do that. And you want to invite people to share their experiences. I want your advice. I have an unpopular opinion. I'd like to get on my soapbox. What do you think about, right? All different ways that you can invite people to share their own experiences, their own opinions and feelings on that particular topic. Remember, great social media is about conversation. It's not about campaign. Your goal is to make meaningful connections, not just hit follower metrics and check the box content. Hey there, social media pros. Want to turn social listening into your superpower? At the Social Media CX podcast, we know that great customer experiences start with really understanding your audience. That's why we teamed up with Sprout Social to bring you the Social Listening Workbook, your step-by-step guide to smarter engagement, stronger relationships, and better business results. The best part? It's free. Download it now at bit.ly/B2Social Listening. That's B as in B squared media, 2 as in the number, social listening with no spaces. And once you do, you'll start listening better, responding smarter, and winning on social. So, this week, your homework, should you accept, is to try shifting your focus to comment more, respond faster, and listen harder. What's the old cliche? You have 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason. I'd love to hear how this little experience goes if you do decide to participate in this week's homework. Tag me on LinkedIn, Brooke Sellis, or you can tag B Squared Media with your takeaways. And if you found today's episode helpful, make sure you subscribe so you never miss these quick tactical takeaways. Until next time, keep the conversations going. Thanks for tuning in to the Social Media CX podcast. If you loved today's episode, don't forget to subscribe, leave a review, and share it with someone who needs to up their social care game.